The holidays can be a joyful time for many, but for some, they're a painful reminder of loss. For one Gulf Coast mother, what once brought heartbreak now brings healing. Tanyika Pringle Gibson joins us today as she tries to help others navigate their loss through her holiday grief support gathering. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so for you, your journey started back on Christmas Eve in 2005.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that night if you can.
Well, that night was it was an unbearable night to receive the news that your child was killed in a car accident. Things were overwhelming and I could not fathom that. I could not process that. But while I was going through, I knew I had something to do, something to show other parents that our children don't belong to us, they belong to God. And how do we get through this though? How do I do this? So I had to stay busy and get to work, and I wanted his legacy to continue to live because he was a loving child. He was loving.
And his legacy is continuing to live on through your wellness organization.
Yes.
Tell us about that. I mean, you've been doing little things, you said, since 2018, but this is a big venture for you.
This is a big venture for me. I would go and purchase birthday cakes that were on the same day as his for a boy or a girl. We would donate toys to the University of Alabama, South Alabama, and we would give those because he would go there with our church. And he loved that time of it. He loved Christmas. So I could not, if you will, sulk or get depressed. I had to decide, look, let's go forward and move forward and let's have a wonderful time. And so this time, last year, I actually did a telehealth. And so God said this year we will do in person and we will talk to the people that you can have grief and joy at the same time.
So what exactly are your plans with this event? What can people expect?
Well, they can expect to get some just helpful strategies to just stay afloat, to be able to know and to articulate it's okay not to be okay. That you can also have some form of if you will, assessing their feelings and emotions, that they're able to talk about. That's what I want. Let's talk about it. Because, you know, a lot of people will run away from how do I talk about grief without getting other people upset. But I want them to process their own and be able to just communicate and tell others, I'm not okay. And it's okay not to be okay.
Right. How many people are you expecting out? Do you know yet?
Well, my number is 50. So right now I have half of that, so I'm doing really good.
That's great.
So Saturday.
What do you think your son would think about what you're doing?
I think he would be ecstatic that, you know, I have my moments that I think I can just see his smile, which was really infectious. So I'm sure he would just say, hey, good going, Ma. Yeah. That's what he would say.
That's great. And for someone who may be watching right now that is dealing with grief and may be scared to talk about it, what would you say to them?
I would say, feel what you're feeling, and it's okay to tell others that I am not feeling okay, I am missing my loved one, but also process that. Just become more aware of their own feelings. You know, for the community, I would like for them to know that we're out here and they're able to communicate their feelings. You know, just be able to talk about their feelings. So this is not just an event, it's a movement for the Mississippi Gulf Coast. That's what I want it to be normalized, to talk about grief. You know?
Yeah, and it is important in the healing process too.
Yes.
You see information right there on your screen about the events happening at the D'Iberville Visitor Center on November 8th, starting at 11 o'clock. You can RSVP or call that number right there. And just looking back at your journey, all that you've been through, you've turned pain into purpose for so many people.
Yes.
What does it feel like for you today? I mean, I'm sure it's healing.
It is very healing. You know, it is, sometimes I just wonder, like, how did I get here? I actually got here, you know, with God's help, I have a wonderful support system, and it's just awesome. I'm just proud, so I'm able to help other people. That's my whole thing. I want to help other people get through this holiday season, being aware of how they're feeling, you know, just be able to talk about it.
We hope this is something you continue to do because it's very important.
Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.